Is Swindler Trump absolutely screwed? Will the leaked audio tape of his confession be his Waterloo? That's what we're going to be talking about today, folks. A new story out on Donald Trump and the classified documents. But let's take a step back for a second here before we get to the details of why Donald Trump's completely screwed. What I don't want you to do is to fall for media stories. Last time around, be it January 6th, be it Russia, be it these kinds of stories around the documents, right-wing media always gets Donald Trump's back. They pump enough propaganda out into the system that they get even people on the left sometimes not knowing what's up or what's down. Fox News got his back so much when it came to the documents and how they ended up in Mar-a-Lago and were spread all over the floor like in empty boxes of KFC.
What could they possibly think existed inside of Mar-a-Lago in a box that was taken from the White House that was so damaging?
This is an abomination.
This is Gestapo crap.
It's probably the worst day in the history of the FBI.
This is a wake-up call for those in Congress to be able to use the tools at their disposal to defund the FBI, dismantle the FBI into 1,000 bits.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene simply tweeting, defund the FBI.
If this is what they're able to do to the former president of the United States, think about what they could do to you, to anybody in America.
The real target of this investigation isn't Trump. The real target of this investigation is you.
Do we have a dual justice system in America? Is there equal justice under the law?
I am deathly afraid for Donald Trump. I would not put assassination behind these people.
We're entering basically a Venezuelan, Zimbabwean, East German style banana republic in which the law doesn't matter.
This is some third world bullshit right here. Let me say it again, third world bullshit.
Remember, folks, the reason why right-wing media does what it does is it needs to pollute the information atmosphere. By standing up lying and pushing such utter horseshit so often so that it clouds the truth beyond recognition, they create what you could call information anarchy.
Hey, how come Andrew gets to get up?
That's right.
If he gets up, we'll all get up. It'll be anarchy.
Secondly, of course, you have the mainstream media, and they think their job is to both sides everything. So in their case, you get articles like right before the 2016 election, no ties found by FBI between Trump and Russia, which, was pretty close. They only found ties between Trump and Russia, and Michael Flynn in Russia, and William Gates in Russia, and Steve Bannon in Russia, and Carter Page in Russia. Mainstream media gets played. So the main part of this is no matter what you hear and see from both mainstream media and right-wing media, do not fall for it. And now the fun part of our video where we let you know why Trump is so utterly screwed. You've probably read audio recordings were released of Trump talking about some of the documents he stole from the White House that ended up in Mar-a-Lago. Turns out it's a little more specific than that. CNN report revealing federal prosecutors have obtained audio evidence of Donald Trump in a 2021 meeting at his Bedminster golf course. Lots of bedbugs there, don't go. Admitting that he had held on to classified Pentagon documents about a potential attack on Iran.
Today, new revelations that may create more legal exposure for the former president. Two sources familiar with the matter confirmed to CBS News, as first reported by CNN, that special counsel investigators leading the Mar-a-Lago documents case possess an audio tape from a 2021 meeting where former President Trump acknowledges he held onto a classified Pentagon document after he left the White House. The sources said Trump acknowledges there are national security restrictions on the memo that detailed potential plans to attack Iran. One source said that Trump stated he should have declassified the record before leaving the White House, apparently contradicting his earlier claims that he had done nothing wrong.
I took the documents I'm allowed to.
The sources said it's not clear from the audio recording whether Trump had the sensitive memo at the time or was simply describing it for at least 3 other people during the meeting at his Bedminster, New Jersey club. In his autobiography, Trump's former chief of staff appears to describe the meeting where Trump recalls a 4-page report that called for deploying a massive number of troops to Iran.
The special counsel declined to comment, but there are indications that his investigation into Trump's handling of classified documents may be in its final stages.
Admitting he wanted to share the document and admitting he knew he legally could not because he did not have the authority to declassify it post-presidency. So why is he screwed from all of that? That's all of his defenses right there, taken apart by Donald Trump himself on tape. His various defenses along the way have been he didn't know he had the documents, He didn't know where specific documents were, that the documents were his. It was his right as former president of the United States to take them.
I took the documents. I'm allowed to.
That it was his right to declassify them as a former president of the United States.
Trump has insisted the recovered documents were automatically declassified.
Did you ever show those classified documents to anyone?
Not really. I would have the right to. By the way, they were
What do you mean, not
declassified after.
really?
Not that I can think of.
They all hinge around the fact that it was his right to lose them, take them, steal them, make them his. And yet he knew, as he says in this tape, he had none of those rights. He knew he was committing criminal acts, and he admitted it on tape, which puts this in the same category as the Georgia situation, and hopefully will also be resolved soon. I think he's screwed there too. But that's the key. Man, when you say it, Donnie, say it on one of your stupid golf courses after you patted people down like some low-rent mobster. Saying things on tape, Donald. Yup. You may want to ask Dick Nixon how that worked out for him. Don't say things on tape.